Hello, my legion. Yeah, with my new camera, I wanted to see if I can get a good shot of the moon. The moon right there. On my other camera, just looked like a dot. See if I can get a good close-up of it. Nah, it still looks like a dot. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh well. Well, anyways, it's about 9:20 in the afternoon. It's getting dark out. I got my light on. Taking out the garbage. Forgot to throw away my ragu spaghetti sauce. And I had a story from when I was in the Army. And usually sometimes you remember the little stories, you know, and hear someone's motorcycle. You remember the little stories when you're in the Army? Or the little things like in permanent party, like in Fort Bragg. I remember when I was, they tell me to man the phones and stuff like that. And they leave me alone. And in this one thing by myself. And I remember on the radio they played Hotel California, and I was sitting there by myself. I was singing Hotel California. So I remember stuff like that. But this is something that happened, my real life zombie experience. Now I wanted to show you a couple of zombie things just to get you in the mood. Shaun of the Dead, Vanguard, and vampires or vampires versus zombies. The vampire. Well, anyways, one night, it was a Friday night or Saturday night, and I like staying up watching movies. And I bought some movies. I remember I bought the original one from Media of Night of the Living Dead, and then on a videotape I recorded. I had the remake of Night of the Living Dead, Reanimator, Bride of Reanimator, and Inside the Steel Cage, which was the wrestling videotape. I made those copies on one thing, so I watched those on one night. And then, if you remember, in Fort Bragg, especially on the weekends, it helps for breakfast, because I love the chow hall. Because, I mean, MASH always got it wrong. They always make fun of Army food, but Army food was good. The chow hall was awesome. You know what I mean? Well, anyways, I remember you had to get there early because that's when they had all the yogurt there, so you could have some yogurt. And I remember after watching these zombie movies, I went outside. It was foggy out, really foggy. And all the soldiers passed by with like these silhouettes. And they all looked like zombies. It was freaky. It was freakier than hell, but it was also cool as hell. Feel like you were in a fun house type thing. I've never seen that experience before. They were walking like zombies. They acted like zombies. You know, they looked like zombies. And even my roommate, well, he wasn't my roommate at the time. I had my own room. But my one friend who was my roommate was telling me about that Bill Hoppy. He was saying, boy, they all look like zombies, big time. And I said, yeah, they do. And, I mean, this was just a little teeny tiny little thing that happened on one Saturday morning in Fort Bragg. But I just remember it, you know, real well. You know, and that was my real life zombie experience. It was really freaky, and like I said, you remember the little things when you're in the Army sometimes. I definitely remember that, so until next time, take care, my legion. Now, I like how this shifts color like this, you know. That is pretty cool. That's a cool effect, the Vanguard from Anchor Bay Media. Alright, until next time. See, this one doesn't show up as well as Vampires vs. Zombies. See, that's my LED light right there. But I don't have a light that shines onto the product, unfortunately, like my other camera did. Oh well. Well, until next time, take care, my legion.